For the final lesson of Unit 2, we will discuss the future subjunctive, its conjugations, and the rare situations in which it would be used. As a reminder, you should already be aware of the different subject pronouns and which ones are first, second, and third person, and which ones are singular and plural. So the future subjunctive is mostly outdated. It can be used to express the subjunctive in a future period, but nowadays, phrases that do express the subjunctive in a future period will almost always use the present subjunctive instead. But the future subjunctive can still appear in legal documents, in literature, and proverbs, so it can be useful to be able to recognize it. The stem for the future subjunctive is formed in the same way as the imperfect subjunctive stem. We first take the third person, plural preterite form of the verb, which ends in aron for AR verbs, or ieron for ER and IR verbs. From these endings, we remove the ron, and then to that stem, we finally add the future subjunctive or imperfect subjunctive endings. All three verb groups share one set of future subjunctive endings. They are re, res, re, remos, reis, ren. Using the AR verb hablar, hablaron is the third person plural preterite form. We remove the ron to obtain the stem habla, and then to this stem we add the future subjunctive endings. Hablaré, hablaréis, hablaré, hablaremos, hablaréis, hablarén. For the ER verb comer, comieron is the third person plural preterite form. We remove the ron to obtain the stem comie, and then to this stem we add the future subjunctive endings. Comiere, comieres, comiere, comieremos, comiereis, comieren. For the IR verb vivir, vivieron is the third person plural preterite form. We remove the ron to obtain the stem vivie, and then to this stem we add the future subjunctive endings. Viviere, vivieres, viviere, vivieremos, viviereis, vivieren. Just like in the imperfect subjunctive, the nosotros conjugations in the future subjunctive also require an accent on the last vowel that comes before the future subjunctive ending. Hablaremos, comieremos, vivieremos. And like the imperfect subjunctive, even the most irregular verbs in the future subjunctive will follow the usual pattern, in which they take the third person plural preterite form, remove the ron, and then to that stem add the respective endings afterwards. So once you do understand irregular preterite verbs, it will be a lot easier to understand how irregular future subjunctive and irregular imperfect subjunctive verbs are formed as well. And in the very next unit, in Unit 3, we will be exploring irregular verbs. Some examples of the future subjunctive in use. Se aplicará reclusión o prisión de 8 a 25 años al que matare otro, siempre que en este código no se estableciere otra pena. This is from the Penal Code of Argentina. Se impondrá la misma pena a quien concibiere, construyere o utilizare instalaciones concebidas para el desarrollo, la producción o el almacenamiento de las armas, medios de combate o explosivos mencionadas en el párrafo 1. This is from a document submitted to the UN Security Council. And we have a proverb, donde fueres, haz lo que vieres. Some future subjunctive expressions which use the irregular verb ser. Si así fuere, sea como fuere, sea lo que fuere. Some examples. Si así fuere, nos ayudaría mucho. Sea como fuere, no puedes hacerlo. Sea lo que fuere, por lo menos lo hice. And you can also use the present subjunctive phrases sea como quiera que sea, to mean be that as it may or in any case. Sea como sea, tenemos que hacerlo. Como quiera que sea, es demasiado difícil. So you should be able to recognize the future subjunctive in a literary context. But aside from that, you probably won't have to worry about it that much. As I always say, if you could please do me a favor and share this video series with your friends and teachers, I would very much appreciate that. And that is all for now, so until next time.